Ladies and gentlemen, let's be honest, isn't it the best feeling when someone says, "Wait, you're actionable old"? It's like your own little secret superpower. But here's the thing, looking younger isn't just luck or good genes. It's often a reflection of habits, mindset, and lifestyle choices. Today, let's break down 7 powerful reasons why you look younger than your age and how to keep it that way. Before we begin, if you have not subscribed to my channel yet, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never miss any video. Number 1, you keep stress in check. Have you ever looked in the mirror during a tough week and thought, "Wow, I look exhausted"? Stress doesn't just weigh on our minds, it leaves footprints on our faces. The truth is, unchecked stress is like a fast, forward button on aging. It can deepen lines, drain your glow, and make you look years older than you really are. But here's the good news, keeping stress in check is like having your own personal time machine that slows the process down. Stress is a normal part of life. Deadlines, family responsibilities, financial pressures, they're not going anywhere. But the magic happens when you decide that stress won't run the show. Think of it like this. 2 people can go through the exact same challenge, yet one will look worn down while the other still carries light in their eyes. The difference isn't luck. It's how they choose to manage their reactions. I once met a woman named Sarah at a business seminar. She was in her late 50s but could easily pass for 40. Naturally, people asked her secret, expecting to hear about expensive creams or a special diet. But she smiled and said, "I don't hold on to stress. I handle it, and then I let it go." She explained how she used to lose sleep over work deadlines and carry tension in her shoulders all day. But after realizing it was robbing her energy and happiness, she started taking 10 minutes every morning for deep breathing, moved her body daily, and stopped letting other people's moods control her own. Within months, she noticed she not only felt better, but looked fresher too. So how can you do the same? First, make time for small resets throughout your day, deep breathing, stretching, or even stepping outside for a few minutes. These short breaks tell your body it's safe to relax, and your skin and energy respond almost instantly. Second, learn to control what you can and release what you can't. Ask yourself, will this matter a year from now? If the answer is no, give yourself permission to let it go. Third, keep your body moving. Exercise isn't just for fitness. It's one of the fastest ways to flush out stress hormones and boost mood, lifting chemicals. Now, think about your own life. How often do you let small annoyances steal your peace? How many hours have you lost replaying situations you can't change? Every moment you choose calm over chaos, you're not just protecting your health, you're preserving your youth. The reality is, stress is unavoidable, but being consumed by it is a choice. When you keep stress in check, you're telling your body, "We're okay, we've got this." And that quiet confidence. It shows in the way you carry yourself, the light in your eyes, and the energy people feel when you walk into a room. Manage your stress, and you don't just feel younger. You become younger in the eyes of everyone around you. Number 2, you move your body regularly. Have you ever noticed how a short walk can completely change your mood? You might start out tired, tense, or distracted. But by the time you've taken a few hundred steps, your shoulders drop, your mind feels clearer, and your energy comes back. That's the quiet power of moving your body. It's not just about fitness, it's about fueling your life. Movement is like nature's anti-aging formula. When you use your body, you boost circulation, which brings oxygen and nutrients to your skin, giving it that fresh, healthy glow people can't quite put their finger on. Your muscles stay toned, your posture stays upright, and your energy feels years younger. And here's the best part, you don't need an intense workout plan to get the benefits. Every step, every stretch, every bit of movement counts. I remember meeting James, a man in his early 60s who didn't look a day over 50. His secret, he never stopped moving. He wasn't a gym fanatic, but he walked everywhere, danced with his wife in the living room, and did light stretches every morning. He told me, "I don't work out to stay young. I move because it makes me feel alive." Looking younger is just a bonus, and you could see it in the way he carried himself, light on his feet, full of energy, and smiling often. So how can you bring more movement into your own life? First, make it simple. You don't need to commit to an hour-long workout every day. Start with 10-15 minutes of brisk walking, light stretching, or even dancing to your favorite song. Second, break it up. If your day is busy, sprinkle in mini movements. Take the stairs, stand and stretch every hour, or do a quick set of squats while waiting for the kettle to boil. Third, choose activities you actually enjoy. When movement feels like fun instead of a chore, you'll naturally keep doing it. Ask yourself, when was the last time you moved just for the joy of it? Not for weight loss, not for a step count, but simply because your body wanted to feel free. That's the kind of movement that keeps you looking and feeling young. The truth is, a body in motion stays vibrant, flexible, and full of life. Every time you move, you're telling your body, I'm still here, I'm still active, I'm still ready for more. And that message doesn't just stay inside. It shows in the way you walk, the way you smile, and the way people see you. So don't wait for the perfect time or the perfect workout plan. Just move, every day, in any way you can, and you'll carry that youthful spark with you for years to come. Number 3, you nourish yourself from the inside out. Have you ever noticed how some people seem to glow, even without makeup or fancy skincare? That glow doesn't come from a bottle. It starts from what they put inside their body. The truth is, you can't outsmart your nutrition. The way you fuel yourself shows up in your skin, your energy, and even the way you carry yourself. Nourishing yourself from the inside out isn't just about eating, it's about building the foundation for how you look, feel, and age. Think of your body like a beautiful home. If you use cheap materials during construction, it won't matter how nice the paint is, it won't last. The same goes for your health. When you give your body nutrient-rich food, plenty of water, and the right balance of vitamins and minerals, you're literally building stronger cells, brighter skin, and more resilient energy from the inside. I once knew a woman named Clara who was in her early 50s but constantly got mistaken for being in her late 30s. People assumed she had some secret cosmetic procedure, but when asked, she simply said, "I treat my food like skincare." She explained how she added leafy greens to her breakfast smoothies, swapped sugary snacks for berries and nuts, and drank water throughout the day instead of soda. She wasn't dieting, she was fueling, and her skin, clear, soft, and radiant without a drop of foundation. So how can you start nourishing yourself better today? First, crowd out the bad with the good. Instead of cutting everything at once, add more fresh fruits, vegetables, and whole foods to your meals. Naturally, the processed stuff will take up less space. Second, hydrate consistently. Aim for water to be your main drink, and you'll notice your skin looking plumper and more refreshed within weeks. Third, listen to your body. If you're feeling sluggish or bloated, it's often a sign that your food choices need adjusting. Ask yourself, are you eating to truly nourish your body, or just to fill it? There's a big difference. One keeps you young and vibrant, the other just keeps you going until the next craving. When you start seeing food as more than just calories, as a source of strength, beauty, and vitality, you take control of how you age. Every healthy choice is like depositing into a youth bank account that pays you back for years to come. And the best part, you don't need perfection, just consistency. The more you nourish yourself from the inside out, the more you'll see that your body naturally rewards you with energy, confidence, and that glow people can't stop asking about. Number 4, you protect your skin like it's treasure. Have you ever looked at an old photograph of yourself and thought, wow, my skin looks so fresh back then? The truth is, our skin is like a living diary. It records how we treat it over the years. Every late night, every sunburn, every skip moisturizer leaves a mark. That's why protecting your skin isn't just vanity, it's preservation. It's about guarding something priceless, because once it's damaged, it's incredibly hard to get back. Your skin is your body's largest organ, your first line of defense, and the part of you everyone sees first. When you protect it, you're not only maintaining your appearance, you're also preserving your health. Harsh sunlight, pollution, dehydration, and neglect are like slow thieves, stealing away elasticity, smoothness, and that youthful glow. But here's the good news: with care and attention, you can slow that process to a crawl. I once met a woman named Elise at a hiking retreat. She was in her mid-40s, yet her skin was smoother than many in their 20s. Naturally, we all wanted to know her secret. She laughed and said, "I treat my skin like it's my favorite piece of jewelry, something irreplaceable. She never skipped sunscreen, even on cloudy days, always cleansed her face before bed no matter how tired she was, and made hydration a daily ritual. She said it wasn't about spending a fortune on products. It was about showing up for her skin every single day. So, how can you start protecting your skin like it's treasure? First, make sunscreen a non-negotiable. Even if you're just running errands or sitting by a window, UV rays can still damage your skin. Second, keep it clean but gentle. Over-scrubbing or harsh products can strip away natural oils that keep skin supple. Third, feed your skin from within. Plenty of water and nutrient-rich foods can make just as much difference as any cream. Think about it. How often do we wait until there's damage before taking care of something? Would you wait for your car to break down before changing the oil? The same principle applies to your skin. Prevention will always be easier than repair. When you treat your skin like treasure, you're sending yourself a bigger message. I'm worth the care. I value myself enough to protect what's mine. And that kind of self-respect doesn't just stay on the surface. It changes the way you walk into a room, the way people respond to you, and the way you feel about yourself. So start now. Guard it, nourish it, protect it. And years from today, you'll be grateful you did. Number 5, you surround yourself with positive energy. Have you ever walked into a room and instantly felt lighter, just because the people there were warm, encouraging, and full of life? Positive energy is like sunlight. You can feel it even before you see it. And just like plants lean toward the sun, we naturally thrive when we surround ourselves with people and environments that uplift us. The truth is, the company you keep shapes the way you think, feel, and even age. Negativity is heavy. It pulls down your mood, drains your energy, and over time, it can even show on your face. On the other hand, being around people who laugh often, speak kindly, and look for solutions instead of problems keeps your spirit young. It's not about ignoring reality. It's about choosing an atmosphere that fuels you rather than depletes you. I once met a man named Daniel at a leadership workshop. He had this calm, bright presence that made everyone want to talk to him. When asked how he stayed so energized, he said, "I curate my circle. I choose to spend time with people who inspire me, and I limit the time I spend with those who constantly complain or bring others down." He shared how, in his younger years, he often absorbed other people's negativity without realizing it. Over time, he noticed it was affecting his outlook and even his posture. When he consciously began seeking out positive influences, mentors, supportive friends, uplifting books, his confidence grew, his stress levels dropped, and he started hearing the same thing over and over. "You seem younger these days." So how can you surround yourself with positive energy? First, audit your environment. Take a look at who and what you're letting into your life. Friends, colleagues, media, even social media feeds. If it's constantly draining you, it's worth rethinking. Second, actively seek out uplifting interactions. Join groups or communities where encouragement and growth are the norm. Third, be a source of positivity yourself. The energy you give often attracts the energy you get back. Ask yourself, are the people in your life building you up or slowly wearing you down? And more importantly, how do you make others feel when they're around you? When you make the choice to live in an atmosphere of encouragement, laughter, and hope, you're not just improving your mood, you're protecting your mental and emotional health. That protection shows up in your energy, your expression, and your ability to face life with resilience. Surround yourself with positive energy, and you'll find you don't just look younger. You live younger every single day. Number 6, you stay curious and engaged. Have you ever met someone older who still has that spark in their eyes, like they're genuinely excited about life? That's the magic of curiosity. It keeps the mind young, and when the mind is young, the body follows. Staying curious and engaged isn't just about learning new facts. It's about keeping your brain active, your heart open, and your energy alive. When you're curious, you naturally stay connected to the world around you. You ask questions, explore new ideas, and keep discovering things that make life feel fresh. It's like giving your mind a daily workout. And just like exercising your body keeps it strong, exercising your curiosity keeps your brain sharp, your conversations interesting, and your outlook optimistic. I once knew a retired teacher named Helen. She was in her 70s but had more energy than some people half her age. While many of her friends slowed down after retirement, Helen joined a photography class, started learning Italian online, and even volunteered at a local museum. She said, "I never want to stop being a student of life." That hunger to learn kept her mind active, gave her something to look forward to, and filled her days with purpose. People would often say she had a youthful vibe. And it wasn't about her looks alone. It was the way she lit up when she talked about what she was learning. So how can you bring more curiosity and engagement into your own life? First, challenge yourself to try one new thing each month, whether it's a skill, a hobby, or even a new type of cuisine. Second, surround yourself with people who inspire you to think differently. Conversations with curious people naturally stretch your mind. Third, replace passive entertainment with active learning every now and then. Listen to a podcast that teaches you something new, take an online class, or read a book outside your usual interests. Ask yourself, when was the last time you learned something for the sheer joy of it, not because you had to? And how different would life feel if you treated every day as an opportunity to discover something new? Curiosity keeps you mentally agile, socially engaging, and emotionally connected. It pulls you forward into life instead of letting you drift backward into routine and repetition. When you stay curious and engaged, you're telling the world and yourself that you're still in the game, still hungry for experiences, and still ready for what's next. And that mindset is one of the most powerful ways to keep your spirit, your mind, and your appearance young for years to come. Number 7, you embrace life with gratitude. Have you ever noticed how some people seem to radiate peace, no matter what's going on around them? They're not necessarily living perfect lives, but they carry a certain calm and warmth that makes them look and feel younger. That's the quiet power of gratitude. When you embrace life with gratitude, you stop focusing on what's missing and start appreciating what's already here. And that shift doesn't just change your mood. It changes the way you carry yourself, the way you speak, and even the way your face looks. Gratitude isn't about pretending everything is perfect. It's about acknowledging the good, even in the middle of challenges. When you live this way, you naturally reduce stress, strengthen relationships, and invite more joy into your life. And joy is one of the most powerful anti-aging forces there is. I once met a man named Victor who had faced more setbacks than most: financial struggles, health scares, and personal losses. Yet, every time you talked to him, he found something to smile about. He'd say things like, "I'm just glad I get to see another sunrise," or "I'm lucky to have friends to share a meal with." His gratitude was genuine, and it gave him an ease and lightness that made him seem years younger than his age. People wanted to be around him, not because he had everything, but because he appreciated everything he had. So how can you embrace life with gratitude in your own daily routine? First, start small. Each morning or evening, write down 3 things you're thankful for. They don't have to be big. Even a good cup of coffee or a friendly conversation counts. Second, express it. Tell people you appreciate them. A simple "thank you" or "I'm glad you're in my life" not only lifts their spirits but also strengthens your own sense of connection. Third, reframe challenges. When something difficult happens, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? Is there something in this moment I can still be thankful for? Ask yourself, are you spending more time noticing what's wrong or celebrating what's right? And how different would your days feel if you trained your mind to focus on the blessings instead of the burdens? Gratitude turns ordinary moments into treasures. It softens your expression, lightens your heart, and gives you a glow that no skincare product can match. When you embrace life with gratitude, you're not just counting your blessings, you're multiplying them. And that kind of mindset doesn't just make you look younger, it makes every year you live richer, brighter, and more beautiful than the one before. Looking younger than your age isn't magic. It's a beautiful combination of choices, habits, and mindset. And here's the good news, you can keep this going for decades to come. Every day you choose joy over stress, movement over laziness, kindness over negativity. You're adding to the glow people admire. So keep living in a way that makes people wonder your secret and smile, because the best is yet to come. God bless you.